cold weekend for us all. That means lots of people are going to be looking for ways to heat up their homes, want them to do it safely. So we have Cinda Seamon here. She's a fire and life safety educator with Hilton Head Island Fire Rescue. Cinda, hi.
Hi.
Okay, let's start by saying, what do people try to do to make up for the cold in their own homes?
Right. And this is something you shouldn't do. I'm glad you brought that up. First of all, we don't use candles. We don't use the stove to heat our house.
People do, though,
People
right?
do. They put on their stove, their oven, they open the door, and they use candles. And
What about the candles, though,
We've
Cinda?
had fires from that before. And as a matter of fact, over Christmas, we had 2 candle fires. So we really need to stay away from that.
You know, when you told me that earlier, I said, can you really get much heat? I doubt you can, but maybe you just feel better.
I think you do. I don't think you can get a lot of heat, but people sometimes will put a lot of them together thinking that'll
but don't
create some
do it.
heat. Right. Correct.
You've seen the results of that.
Right.
What else did you just mention that I totally whipped by? Stoves? What about stoves?
Well, you know, they'll turn the burners on and leave them, or open the stove and have the oven on. So that's something we don't want to do. You know, the thing is, space heaters are economical. They're easy to use nowadays. That's really your best option if you need that extra heat. A couple things you need to look for, though. When you purchase those, look for a tip over feature. That means if they get too hot, they will turn off. If they tip over, they will
Boy, is that
turn
important, right? I mean, you don't.
So
if it tips over, you could end up lighting a fire in your own home.
Exactly. The other thing is we want to make sure we plug those directly into the wall. We were somewhere where we saw someone had an extension cord to theirs,
use one of those?
and they had melted into the original cord. So
my
that can be
goodness.
really dangerous as
So
well.
don't use an extension cord.
Correct. Do not. It must plug directly into the wall. You also need 3 feet of space around a space heater.
Okay.
That's tough if you have a small apartment.
Yeah.
But you really need to pay attention, so don't leave it unattended. If you
yeah.
stay around, make sure you're watching, but really 3 feet from anything that can burn.
Really good advice on that count. You know, fireplaces, some people may not have lit them much this winter or at all, whether they are gas or wood. What advice do you have about that?
Pre-season, let's get those checked out.
Okay.
Okay, and let's get them cleaned. And when they clean, they're also checking for cracks or wear and tear. So before the season starts is the best time to just get that chimney, that fireplace checked out. And make sure, too, you always have some sort of protective screen or glass in front of your fireplace, because, you know, you may have pets and small children. The sparks can come out. When you're loading your fireplace, load from the back to the front.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other thing we talked about before was the glossy or shiny wrapping paper. It can explode. People don't
didn't know that either.
I didn't either till I did a little research on it. But
we're not going to try it out either, are we? No.
And we shouldn't, you know how people sometimes will put everything into the fireplace, but that shiny, glossy kind of material, keep that away from the fireplace as well.
Okay. You know, the other thing is, you say a screen or a glass enclosure or whatever, so important for the pets and the kids, and also like, the embers so they don't come flying out if it's a wood burning stove. Any other thoughts that you have about this at all? I mean, do you recommend that people, you said if they haven't gotten it checked, it's probably too late for this weekend, but have you ever heard of instances where people don't open the flue?
That was going to be my next thing. You said anything else, I was going to say, make sure the flue is open.
Okay.
Because that's going to be a real heavy smoke call for us.
I guess so.
Smoke in a structure. So,
and you hope you're not going to be busy this weekend, right? I mean, it's a little scary.
There's been a lot of push about cold weather safety, you know, as far as heating your home. So hopefully people are paying attention, everything's up to speed in their house, and they'll have a safe weekend, because they said it's really going to be a bitter cold weekend.
Oh yeah, in the 20s or lower. And you know, there's someone that was going to come in here for an interview earlier this week, and his pipe burst in his house. So that's a whole nother issue.
That's a whole nother issue.
You don't have to deal with that one, but I mean, so everyone, you know, check into safety tips.
And we're not used to this kind of super cold weather either, so we really need to be prepared this weekend.
Absolutely. Cinda Seamon, as always, great to have you here, and we appreciate your help.
Thank you.
Okay, and we will be back in just a moment.